Hello, welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Everton Daily Live. David Moyes has just done his press conference ahead of Everton Tottenham Hotspur at Hill Dickinson this Sunday. 4:30 kickoff. Don't forget the clocks go back.
We all get an hour.
You get that extra hour in bed. Means it'll be pitch black while the game's going on like a night game. Depressing. But there you go. There you go.
It'll be a bit lighter than it would have been now. Because the clocks are going back, aren't they?
It'll be darker, won't it? It'll go dark till 6:30, does it?
Yeah.
So
Game's kicking
it'll
off
be
at
5:30. Nearly.
But it's 4:30. It'll be like it's 3:30.
Yeah. It's the last bit of kickoffs.
Yeah.
It'll be, when we're coming out, be pitch black. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. It'll be a night. It's a night game as much as it doesn't matter. Yeah.
On the press conference, John, anything that stuck with you? Anything caught your ear?
No, not really.
Watching it?
Manager had an easy time, didn't he?
It was a bit of a...
Yeah.
It was a bit of a... Nearly learn anything, did we?
No, not really.
Was Mail and Roll okay? I mean, did anyone ask him any injury news?
No,
None of
not
that?
really.
Well, no one asked him.
He offered Patterson's,
He was specifically asked about, obviously we know Jared, and he was asked about Patterson.
Yeah.
Now, that might mean everyone else is fit, but they normally say any injury updates, whatever, just to make sure. But I'm assuming.
But if you're being proactive, right, they could open that up with maybe Andy could say it, or maybe they do tell the journalist, so maybe the journalists know. They've said there's no more injury
possibly,
issues beyond Patterson and Branthwaite, who's had his op, blah, blah.
Yeah.
They go. So they don't ask because they know.
Yeah, no, that might be exactly what it is. But we don't know, do we?
We don't know. You're not there, so you can't ask.
Yeah, so we're there going, okay, what's happening?
Yeah.
What's happening? Sandbank Blue says, was that the worst press conference ever? Absolute waste of time.
No, I think we've had worse with previous managers, but it didn't tell us anything, did it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you said things jump out at you, probably I don't like our manager referencing big clubs.
He was asked specifically about the big club, though.
I know he doesn't have to say big club, does he? Yeah. I'm being just nitpicky.
You are nitpicking.
We're talking about a press conference.
Because he was specifically asked about that. Yeah. That's why.
But in a different mood, David would say, what do you mean, big clubs? Yeah. But he came in smiling.
He never said Everton are a big club.
No, I know he didn't. But
compared to Brentford, Tottenham are a big club as well.
Yeah, I think that's what he was trying to say. A bigger club is okay, you see, in my world. But hey-ho. But yes, he came in smiling and relaxed and stuff. So that's good if he's happy in his skin and looking forward to going above Spurs after the game at the weekend.
Can we go above them?
If we win, yeah.
Depends
I think
on the goal
so.
differences, doesn't it?
Won't we be above them on points?
No.
Okay.
3 points behind them.
Oh, we're 3 points behind. We can't go because I think their goal difference is about 6 or 7 better than ours, isn't it?
Isn't it? Plus
yeah,
one.
we'd have to win 3 or 4 goals.
8-0.
No, 4-0. Yeah, but they'd be losing 4.
4-0. Oh, we 0 now, aren't we, after Saturday?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 4-0. Seems unlikely, I'll be honest.
Master's degree, yeah.
Seems unlikely. But there you go. A couple of people just mentioning Sheffield Wednesday, 12-point deduction. For
Into administration, yeah.
It's sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's sad. Big club, or famous club.
No? Are you right saying big club? I wouldn't disagree with you. Yeah.
But yeah, I suppose they are a big club.
Because we have that thing, what's a big club, don't we, sort of thing?
They wouldn't be called a big club now.
No.
By people.
Currently.
Whereas Spurs would.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But historically, they're a big club. And now, historically, the bigger of the 2 Sheffield clubs is in administration.
It's sad, isn't it?
And that Wilder fellow who keeps going to the other one is turning the ship round, isn't he? So, mad.
Nathan says, Bar's a little concerned he battered off O'Brien nearly. Think he's being exposed at right back, and now's the time to put Garner there. He did seem to indicate that
he's doing a good job.
See, I don't think it was. He did sort of say Keane's doing a good job, and whatever you think of that. I know Brien would only be considered if there was an issue there, which isn't great, I don't think, for O'Brien. But I actually think that was more of an indication he doesn't see anyone else as a right back in our club.
Possibly, yeah.
I think that's more like it.
But it was a great question from Julia.
That was a good question,
The segue from talking about perhaps playing Jake at centre-back and how versatile James Garner is was top journalism stuff.
Just, giving him a little bit of a mixed thing.
Yeah,
but he's not going to do it. It doesn't sound
Doesn't
like
seem like.
Construction Van for Life, thank you very much for the super chat, mate. Says hit the like button. Thank you. Yeah. But for Spurs, they've got 11 players out.
What?
Some of them are long. We know about Maddison out for the season, people like that, but there's 11 out.
11 from 25. Okay.
Which is, I mean, the players had it yesterday on the news. Odegaard's late. They're not sure about him. Romero's doubtful with an abductor injury. Udoji's doubtful. Knee injury. Tell. Calf injuries rate of 50-50. That's added to Ben Davis, Basuma, Takai, Dragic, Kulusevski, Maddison, Solanke, who are all missing.
Mad, isn't it?
So they have got a lot. King Hoddle, yes, massively bigger than Brentford, mate, as I said.
Well, Spurs? Oh, God, yeah.
Richarlison. Emma says, Baz, you rather Tony or Richarlison?
Good question.
Well, I love Richie, so I'd say Richarlison. But would Tony be better for this Everton team? Don't know. The thing with Richarlison is you can still play one of the other strikers as well, if need be, because he can play wide for you and give you that wide forward that I...
Haven't we got two of those?
No, not really. But one.
Well, one of those two making a spot for him to play wide. Don't we need a down the middle sort of striker?
Well,
really?
Richie does play place down the middle for Tottenham and scores goals, doesn't he? But I'm saying it's he can play there, but he could also be in the side that had Tierno Barry in as well. Because he'd just go wide and he'd have Grealish. And if you really wanted to try something mad at home, you could have Njai off him. But yeah. But Ivan Toney's would do well for Everton. Me and John have talked about it on Business with Blaine this morning.
We have,
I think
about
it was.
Affordability.
Talking
and all
about
that,
the affordability of him, and if you took him on loan for the 5 months, he'd do well for Everton. So don't know. But if Tony goes to Spurs, then that means Richarlison could end up at Everton. So
Tony came to us. Would you have him taking penalties?
100%.
So
he's unbelievable.
He takes good pens.
No, he doesn't die. He's really good, but Tony's unbelievable.
He is, yeah.
He's unbelievable. So yeah, it's either of them would make us better.
So we could approach Tottenham and find out if they may be prepared to let Richarlison go and do that as part of our research, so whether they're interested in Tony or not. Because you would imagine Tony might prefer a southern-based club, maybe.
And playing for his old manager.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Absolutely.
But I don't know whether Spurs want to pay that sort of money. They've also got, as I tell, you've also got Kola Moani, who's a centre-forward. They've got Solanke coming back. So they've
When's he due?
Solanke's November time.
Okay, so we'll be back before the window even opens.
So they should have 3 or 4 strikers already before it opens, and it's whether or not they're going to go. It's whether or not they're going to go there for to do that. But I think they've got 4. Why would you go and try and get a 5th?
Paper talk, isn't it?
It's looking, isn't it, and going, well, he played for a manager before. He'd done really well. London, been there before.
No, that one. Yeah,
so it's easy to do that, but We'll see. But who knows? It's options, isn't it? That's what we want.
But it's go early, isn't it? If we are truly interested in bringing a striker in or a goal scorer, let's call it as goal scorer because that's what we really want. Yeah, in January, and this guy's outside this federation, and you can easily, presumably, get permission to talk to him and official lines and all that sort of stuff, and just get him to feel the love, right? So,
Get him in early.
Jan 1st, mate, or whatever it is.
We're ready to go.
Come on down.
Just have to get his club to agree.
Yeah.
Letting the striker out in their season to go on loan.
Yeah.
But it might be a case of I'm happy to stay here for longer. You let me go on loan.
Yeah.
To get in this World Cup, so I'm back ready for you for next season.
And it's good for you if I'm playing for England.
Of course, yeah. So, I mean, there is one other option that no one's sort of thought about. Messi.
Go and get him from the MLS.
Just get him on loan. MLS season finishes early December. Give him a few weeks off, have a break, get him in. Couldn't go through the middle, but play him wherever he wants. Wide right, off the striker. Couple of months loan.
Is he better than Grealish?
Nobody play him in the team with Grealish, wouldn't you? You'd have Grealish, Messi, and Jai. Why not? Couple of months loan.
Don't know, Dewsbury always like some good form.
Yeah, but just behind, come in, get us 7 or 8 goals in that time, and then send them off to Miami to carry on. Like, just go full Landon Donovan. You know, why not?
When does their season? Do they have a break? Do they? Or
Finishes in the MLS Cup finals, early first week in December.
so he's going to go somewhere to keep fit.
Well,
for
he
the World
might.
Cup,
He
isn't
didn't last year, but he
No,
might do.
This is a World Cup
But it's
year,
a World Cup year, so we may well do. So we may as well. You know, surely Idrissa will ring him and go, just get Moyes should be like that, Idrissa, bell that Messi, lad. And then Idrissa just rings and goes, remember when you used to watch Everton? I made you watch Everton and you laughed your head off. But better now. There's a bet, and we're in a big stadium. Come and make us even better just for 8 weeks. Go ahead.
Go on.
I'll see what he says. And he'll be like, okay,
Just for me.
Are you there? And Idrissa will be like, well, I'm in AFCON for another few weeks, but you go there, do the biz, and then me and
I'll be back.
Jai will be back.
Yeah.
And you'll have a sound time. Go ahead, lad. That's your Messi creating for Beto. Beto's first touch versus Messi.
Make it so.
Why not? Be interesting.
Ring Adrian up. Do you know this Messi bloke?
Get over there, have a chat with. Just get to Bex. Come on. You play for Moyes at Preston. Come on, lad. Be sound. Be
To
really
David.
good. Be really good.
We'll name a stand after you.
And say to Jordi Alba, who's retiring, listen, we know you want to retire, but just come to Everton on a free, just for 5 months.
Tick the
So
box
you've
of
played
Premier
in the
League.
Premier League.
Yeah.
Instantly walks into our team, still flies up and down. Just play there 5 months, mate. Have a in your CV. Be amazing. The Hill Dicko. You'll want to play the Hill Dicko. Big tick on your list. See what he says. It's worth
Throw
a go.
a couple of McCartney tickets in.
It's all good. Gary Ward says, howdy.
Hi,
Mark Mack says, we are the prime time TV slot for a change. Chance to showcase the new gaff. The fans need to be up for this one. And wants Ped to take a megaphone. They do. Fans do need to be up for it. Big game. Opportunity to win. Go level with Spurs. You know, they're not at their full strength. You know, put them to bed. They've been good away from home, but put them to bed.
Can you humour me?
Go on.
Tell me which of those players are unavailable. Again, that you had on your list. Go slow.
Okay. Wilson Odobert.
Yeah, so he went off injured in the last game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Against Monaco. Christian Romero.
Where's he on this list? So he perhaps was already out. So I'm looking at the last league game.
Yeah, well, Romero got injured in the warm-up with an abductor.
Oh, is that what
against
happened?
Villa.
Okay,
So,
fair do. So that's 2 from, yeah.
Destiny Udogie.
Doji, he doesn't appear on this, so
Yeah.
it must have been for a while.
The
Yeah.
injury. No, I think it was Villa warm or just before Villa.
Right.
Matthias Tell. He got injured in the Villa game.
Yeah, Richie came on for him. Yeah.
And then the others are out anyway. Ben Davies, Basuma, Takai, Dragus.
So they've had a deep injury list.
Yeah, they always got
And
injured.
in the last league game, they picked up another 2 or 3.
And Romero's important too.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
Yeah, the
But
Spurs.
Van de Ven, has he got an issue?
No, he's still there.
He's all right, is he?
That'll be Sunday. He gets his issue once he has to
yeah.
start sprinting. But to be fair, Thomas Frank has made them play a bit deeper, so he isn't trying to get them out the shit every time.
Afterburner
because
all
of
the time.
Postecoglou basically trying to ruin, making them do sprints all day.
Yeah, 5-10 sprints.
It is mad. Tottenham, they've got some quality players, but they do have, for a few years, they've had terrible injuries, haven't they? All the time, and that's something. I don't know whether all the same medical team is there, but if they are, I'd be binning them.
Something's
starting
going wrong
again because
somewhere.
something's going wrong somewhere.
Particularly changing managers, and they persist.
I mean, for all I know, Thomas Frank brought his own people in it,
Sure.
and it's early injury. I don't know yet. I think King Hoddle will tell us, but ones who've been there, you'd have to look at it, because if they could keep the majority of their squad fit, they've got a good squad, haven't they? But they have got people like Xavi Simons, I love him, brilliant footballer. He's one to watch. Kudus, brilliant to watch. Tom S says, not sure there's anything in the rumours, but would you take Richarlison back for the extra striker option? Absolutely, I would. It'd only be a loan, but yeah. Josh says, the embedded YouTube video on Peyton messes up for me. The views cutting off the heads or bottom bar.
Don't know.
Don't know, Josh. Honestly, don't know, mate. Chris Davies says, afternoon, lads. Any news on the club collaborating will fund the 1878s with regards to Tifo? Well, they did. They have funded the 1878s.
10k.
10 grand, I think it is. But I'm sure they're going to be doing more. And I know the 1878s are doing a fundraising thing as well. So that's really good. So I'm hoping...
I'm just looking at Patreon. Sorry.
I'm hoping people help with that as well. And I'm sure the club will be doing what they can, and hopefully they've got to get the Tifo machine. They've got to.
It's not an option. It's
not
when,
an
isn't
option
it?
now,
When,
so
not
it's
if.
when. Yeah.
I think, no doubt, the club and the 1878 have probably had a meeting recently anyway, so maybe we should ask them, really, if they know.
Gary Ball says it wasn't exactly a font of knowledge.
No, it wasn't.
Ian says, afternoon, gents, do you think we should be going after Dew from Midtjylland after him scoring another 2? Well, Ian, you'll have heard me say his name quite a lot.
You've done it again
over
today,
the last few months.
Yeah.
That was in a different one.
Yeah.
We should be buying Francolino. Dew should have bought him in August. There was no excuse. Mark Max says, Baz, what's the fan debate? You should have slapped Rory. I can't slap Rory, he's my mate. Questions. The marketing fella suggesting Everton shouldn't have got naming rights deal and done at Tottenham. Yeah, it was weird. I feel like it has to be said that the Tottenham thing was done unintentionally and then turned into a good idea and then rewrote history over it. And now it's actually more valuable to them not to sell their name. Or do you think it was fully intentional for them not to have a name?
I don't think it was fully intentional.
Because Levy said many times they were looking for one, they
wanted a really substantial one. And I don't know why it's perceived as more valuable.
I think it is now.
Yeah, but why?
I think it's been because the NFL stuff, the money that's basically a naming rights deal, what they've got with NFL.
Oh, because it gets branded as NFL.
It's an NFL stadium, and everyone in America knows it's the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
This is for NFL.
So worldwide,
okay.
That stadium's instantly, they know it. They had NFL games there a couple of weeks ago.
No, I know they have NFL games.
No, but I think a lot of people in America, like, everyone just knows the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The minute they see it, they know what it is. But it's because of NFL, not because of Spurs. But they know what it is. So that to me, I think it'd be, I don't know whatever name you put on it won't be as my opinion, as empowering as what it is now. But I don't think it was the intention.
No, I don't think it was the intention. If someone rocks up with double figure millions per year,
they'd have took it, wouldn't he?
No, now I mean.
Oh, now.
You're suggesting they'd say no?
I don't know. Well, Levy's being chased. I think Levy might have said no in the end, which is what he said. Because of the amount.
But that was reinventing.
But I think they have reinvented. Of course, yeah. It's a good idea. It's something done by accident turns into be a good idea.
But pretty much everything in the States, the naming stadiums have names on them. So
No, I think for their brand, for what
the
their
Tottenham
brand is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, if Google said, well, we'll give you 15 million a year then for it, for 10 years, they'd bite their hand off.
Of course they would, yeah.
Steve says, Baz, I know you don't like him, but what are your thoughts on Mitrovic on loan? I always had a strange like for him. His goal record's very good. I think he'd shoot what Moyes wants and he'd score goals for us. Obviously, I'd want Tony over him, but he wouldn't be a bad option. Whatever, Steve. Whatever. I don't like him. I think he can't run. I don't think he's a particularly good footballer, but he's powerful. He had a really good season for Fulham in the Premier League, which surprised me really, because the other times in the Premier League he looked 3 yards too slow. I think he got on that run of banging goals in, and he had a tremendous season in the Championship.
He did.
When he scored
like 40
odd goals or something mad.
Yeah.
And he took that run back into the Premier League and had a great season and then got his move.
Where he scores for fun.
He just can't run. He's so slow. So it would have to be Everton creating more opportunities. A lot of his goals for Fulham are crosses. We don't cross the ball. We've got 2 lads who's 6'5" now, and we don't cross the ball. But he would score goal. If you can get him in the positions, he does get on the end of things. And he is powerful. He's a powerful, horrible striker to play against. He want crazy money. I'd rather have than Tony. Or the Charlison.
Ditto.
Or Osserman. Or
Ditto.
Messi. But who knows, Steve? I'm not saying no, because he probably will come in and get goals. I just worry about his lack of mobility. It's like you'd have to get up to the box to create for him. Might be okay at home when we're getting it to Grealish and we're loading the box, but we're not exactly creating tons that way. I actually think we need to be quicker the way we play.
We do.
But he probably would score goals, though, you're right.
The fellow who had issues or is having issues with Patreon and maybe even going from Patreon to YouTube, I've just checked on my phone. It's perfectly fine. So it might be your end, mate. Sorry.
Mark says if we sign Messi, our fans would be saying, but where would McNeil fit in?
No, they wouldn't. But there'll be at least one out there, so that justifies it.
Michael says 21 tickets for sale. Must be for Sunday.
Oh, left sort of thing.
Steve said
Another sellout then?
Do it.
Another sellout then?
Steve says I'd have Dew on a permanent, but don't believe he'll sign him. He's completely different to the other two. Got a good touch, left foot, very skillful, quick. I think he goes to someone like Leon or Leverkusen. Yeah, he will go to someone with a bit of invention and do well. And then where you can get him for 17, 18 million, he'll become 40 million. Brentford will buy him and he'll be amazing. Everyone will go, why didn't we get him? You go, well, could have had him there. Brentford might get him in January. Brentford, they do look at that market. So, or Brighton might get him. Adam says, can you remember our last 4:30 game? Here's a clue. It was more memorable for what happened off the pitch. 4:30 Sunday game.
Didn't say Sunday. But there's no 4 Saturdays.
4:30 Sunday game.
Oh, Sunday, sorry.
We haven't had one this season, have we?
No.
So last season, Southampton was early. Newcastle was 4, wasn't it? Not 4:30. Fulham was a Saturday. Ipswich was a Saturday. Forest was a Saturday. Chelsea was a Saturday. United was an early one. It was Tottenham as a 2, wasn't it? With Moyes? That was at 2 p.m, I think. Last season, sometime. Trying to think, it was home game. 4:30. Was it before Christmas? Chelsea. It was right on Christmas. What happened off the pitch? Was it something to do with the... I don't know. 4:30. Be last season. Well, it's last season. I'm trying to go back through the games in my head.
Was it against Liverpool?
Sunday?
No.
The Newcastle game was Sunday 4 o'clock.
That was at 4 p.m. No, yeah. He said it was more memorable for what happened off the pitch. So it was protest or
No.
can't have been the United. It can't have been Man U when Garnacho scored. Not having that. Everton have defo had half-4 games since then. I hate half-4 games. I hate it. Oh, it's depressing. The last game of the weekend. Depressing. Waiting. Oh, winds me
Isn't
up.
Monday the last game of the weekend?
No, Monday's the new week. Can't say.
Is he going to tell us then?
I don't know. He'll come back. Okay. I've gone through it in my head, just off the top of my head. It doesn't. Nothing's sticking out.
So this is a half-4 game at home, is it?
I presume so. Feel like I've got United when Garnacho scored in my head, but we must have had a live half-4 since then.
The 4-0, that was
United.
that was a half one.
Yeah. No, United at Goodison when Garnacho scored.
Oh,
Say, we must have had half-4.
I was going to say, that's the season before that.
Yeah, we must have had half-4 since then. No, it's only because he said for what happened off the pitch was more memorable.
So how far back did you go before,
I'm just going in my mind. I've gone like back to
Arsenal?
a home half-4.
Yeah, 17th of September 2023.
United was after that.
Yeah, but that's the first one I've found at home.
November. United was November, wasn't it? When Garnacho scored the overhead kick.
Oh, sorry, I've done the first one in that season. Sorry, big one. As soon as I saw 4:30, I stopped. So I need to
I don't know,
scroll
might
on
be
just
wrong.
to see if there's one.
That's just off the top of my head.
No, you're right.
I'm just trying to chase it back.
I think it looks like it is
No, what he might say.
Arsenal.
I mean, I don't know. There might have been a last year. I don't know. He hasn't said home or away, but we'll see anyway.
Well, I've just tried to scroll down kick-off times. So
Gary had
regardless.
welcomed Richarlison back on loan. Steered say he is so slow, to be fair. He'd fit in well. He probably would, Mitchell. He'd probably be our quickest player. Ian the Blue says, see, Gravel Gob has brought the old sayings out again. Nuts and bolts. Talking about Elliot Anderson. Fair play. Steve P says, speaking of being slow, I had a mad nightmare the other night about Dibbling. He was running in actual slow motion on the pitch. I usually have them where I'm playing and I can't physically run. I've had that loads of times. You're playing in the ball and you're like, you can't get to the ball. Oh, it's horrible. Or ones where my body's not doing what my mind's telling it to do and I'm stinking the place out. That's when you get to our age, where your mind tells you what you want to do. Your body doesn't react as quick. Lou says, afternoon, chaps. A hypothetical question here. If we could only bring in a winger with pace or a right back in January on loan, what would be your choice? Personally, I'd go with a pacey winger, as I think we'd have more of an impact on the team. John?
Same. Same.
Would you?
Yeah.
So where would he play, the pacey winger?
On the wing. We need pace in the team, right? So.
Okay. So who'd come out? Njai?
Beto.
And Njai play up front? Fair enough. Fair play.
Pacey winger.
No, I listened. I was cry-arsing all summer about the pacey winger, wasn't I?
So you've got to say that one.
But looking at the squad we've got now, I think a right back.
A pacey right back instead.
Someone who runs forward.
An overlapper.
Gets forwards, yeah. To open up and Jai out there or Dibbling out there. Brien says, I thought of a Donovan type signing yesterday. Operation Convince Messi. Convince him that it's his last chance to prove himself in the Premier League. And until he's done that, he isn't the best. Can be the only answer, Brian. Get him in.
Sounds right to me.
Michael Kearney says, Headlock Gate. No, that was a Saturday game, wasn't it? Southampton. And Paul Davies says, must have been a United game at the points deduction. That was what I went back off the top of my head, but I suppose I could really look at it. But that's mad if we haven't had a half-4 home game since then.
When was that?
November 23, wasn't it?
I've got to find it now. Do me head. But you get to 2024 and they don't give you the days anymore, they just give you the dates.
You're looking at the wrong website, that's what.
Yeah, it was the United game, Baz, with the protests and Garnacho. Gold, there's a website you can check.
There is,
I didn't need a website, Adam. Mine was in my brain.
Do you know what's annoying? No, when I said Arsenal, and then I said, I haven't scrolled down because you're right by definition later in the season. I obviously went past Man United because it is 4:30. Yeah.
Well, that was what my
November
head told me.
26th, 2023.
Steve P says this pacey winger's a complete myth at this club, and we all know it. We've sat here every day for years talking about it, and it still hasn't happened. Correct. Ian says if McNeil goes to Forest in January, we should try and get Bachwe. Don't even think he was on the bench last night. Yeah, Dylan Bachwe
He's injured.
He's injured, but he is not Sean Dyche's material. You know, there's a few of Forest who aren't Sean Dyche's material, to be fair. We'll see. Mark says if Miko doesn't sign a new deal, would you sell him in January and hope we can get a replacement? Is his contract up this summer, or has he got a year left? Is he 18 months? Michalenko? James is just having a look now.
Is it perhaps this year? Sorry, not this season. After it.
And
26.
26, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's got 18 months left. No, he hasn't. Sorry.
He's
Don't
got
mind about it.
Seven,
so it is.
7 or 8 months.
So Everton will, I imagine Everton.
Well, so he's next on the list, so to speak, isn't he?
But it depends who you could get, doesn't it? Depends who you could get.
But there's a player there who's got value, so you're going to sign him up, aren't you?
But if you might want to sign him.
Well,
He's got offers from Italy and Spain.
That's what I mean. That's part of it. Yeah.
In that article, it did say one of the Spain ones was Real Madrid, though.
Yeah, well, why wouldn't you? Blue Keeley says, I think a right back's much more important. Say we had Seamus of 10 years ago, we'd be such a better team. I know, but is there a Seamus of 10 years ago anyway? But I get your point. It would change the way we play.
We want to play for 60 grand over here.
Those attributes.
We might settle for 60 grand a week, mightn't we?
It would change the team.
Yeah.
Don't think and again, this is not. Jake O'Brien's done all right, hasn't he? Jake O'Brien's been fine. But I think the whole thing is it's stopping us being more offensive than we could be. We haven't. It's because we don't even have the option, though.
Yeah.
The option is Seamus, and I love Seamus. Absolutely love him. But he's more of a defensive player now because he has to be with his age and the way he is and the injuries. He's got to keep himself fit, and it's the defensive side of it. We need a real offensive right back who's just going to bomb right on, especially because Michalenko doesn't. So you need someone. The two lads we have playing out on the right both come inside. One with his right foot and the other one with his left foot. Every time they come inside, there's a huge space outside of them, but there's no one there to pass the ball to. And if Jake does get in the rare occasion that he does get out there, he doesn't really want to cross the ball. You know, he tries, but he's not like my first thought is get in the box with the ball and pick someone out. Whereas when you look at the top teams and you look at like City at the weekend, that's what they were trying to do. Their fullbacks were trying to get beyond every single time and stretch it. You know,
and that's the key, the stretching.
And we don't do it. So we give it to Grealish. Everyone stays behind the ball. And it's really evident in the second half at home because he's playing right in front of me here. And I can see the goal and everyone just marking the box. And I'm thinking, what? Like, I think he holds on to it a touch too long, Jack.
Too much.
I think sometimes he's got to mix it. Just take a touch and fire it across. But other times, he's having to hold it, waiting for support. And then the players are just stood in the box and everyone's marked. And everyone's massive. So it's like, what do you expect him to do here? Like, even if he gets half a yard, how's he going to... Because no one's moving. We're not flooding the box. But if you had someone going on the outside, then that just becomes a little release, easing round the back, and you've got to tap in almost.
And there's your indictment. He's not the fastest player in the world, but he's having to wait.
Exactly. So that it would change the way we play. Blue Keely's right. It gives us a totally different dimension that we've had to overlook. We see it on the right-hand side, like I've just said, particularly when Dibbling got the ball. And you can see him looking, is me right back coming? Oh no, I'll better do it myself then. And then it comes inside, people come over to him, they get in front and block his, and he has to turn and go back. And then it goes back, and then it goes back. And before you know it, it's back with either Jordan or it's back with Tarkovsky. And then it goes out, and you go, we just had the ball like 15 yards outside their box, and in 3 passes, Pickford's got it. Where's that? What's happening there? So
it's not great.
And it was the first time, against Palace where we've built up some momentum in a game where it was wave after wave, and I was thinking, it's coming.
Totally agree.
It's the first time we've done it.
That's
like
true.
Villa, we had pockets where they couldn't get out, and they were kicking it anyway. West Ham, we had pockets, but it was, even though we were always the team bar 15 minutes in the game where they scored and possibly could have scored again, West Ham, everything around that was all Everton trying to win it, but without any real intensity. Where against Palace, once Alcaraz had that shot and the keepers tipped it over, and I know there was a bit with Garner and Jeremy Pino, and that kicked the crowd off. But after that Alcaraz shot, it just felt like we were waiting to win the game, and they were kicking it anywhere and hanging on.
And they knew
have to have that. Well, their players and the manager said it.
Yeah.
Said we were looking for the whistle. You could feel it coming. That's the crowd, and the crowd have to be on that. And if Everton can play at that intensity, and that was always Moyes' strength, Goodison was just wave after wave after wave of attacks, and you knew a goal was coming. You knew it, and it's why we scored so many late winners and so many. There'd be games with Moyes where we'd score twice at the end, and the game would be like 1-1. We'd walk out 3-1 and be like, yeah, it was easy.
Good, yeah.
Or 3, it was just it was that boom, it's coming, and that being eroded at Goodison over the last few years, where under Dykes there was games where like Luke knew were dreadful, like proper rubbish at home, and I remember he had Beto and Dom up front together, and it was pissing down, and you were thinking, we're gonna get a head of steam here, and it was just the same. It was like slow, kick it long, they just let it run through to the goalie, and like that last half an hour where under Moyes they couldn't have got out the box, just petered away. We had it with Frank. This isn't just on Sean Dyche. We had it with Frank, where there was games where you're going, well, get at them, get the intent, and it wasn't. It was slow.
And it's that stopping, turning back,
and
recycling it. Yeah.
Well, his biggest moment was Wolves at home, 1-1 Boxing Day. They bottomed the league, dreadful. And we're arsing about, where the crowd are getting frustrated at home. We play a long ball. Someone, probably Anthony Gordon, shits out of a 50-50. And they break and win the game. And they steamed forward, about 4 of them, and 8-0.
Remember us talking about it? Look how many runners there are.
Well, he broke the play up, and he put the ball in the net at the other end. And our players were just jogging behind him. And then Lampard was like, well, the crowd were like, wanting us to go and win. And the crowd wanted to get the ball forward. They also want the players to compete. So it wasn't just Sean Dyche. It happened under him. And we'd lost somewhere along the way. We'd lost that intensity of driving the team forward for the last sort of 20, where it's like you see it at the other place.
Of course,
with them, they do it, and good teams have done it, and you think it's coming this because we can rip them all we want, but still a lot of them are still like us. They're still scout. It's what this city was built on, that thing of like the last 20 minutes.
And if you build that reputation. That you don't want to be under the cosh the last 15 minutes at Hill Dickinson because
the crowd,
South
the noise
Stand is huge. They build wave after wave, and you're going to have to stay calm and all that sort of rubbish. And you can break it up as much as you want, making subs, but the waves are going to keep coming.
That's it.
And then a bit like they were early in the season, scoring late. It almost becomes a self-fulfilling.
Teams start panicking, players start slicing things out for throw-ins and corner, and then if the noise
This is what they do.
This is it,
and it gets louder and louder.
And that's what you want. You want people to go, I hate going there, it's horrible, the crowd, this, that.
And the bit Frank didn't get is the players have to start that. As instructed by the manager. And then the crowd get up, and the players feed off the crowd, so the players are doing it even more, and the crowd get further up.
But Palace was the first.
And the noisiest stadium in the
Palace
world
was the first time there was, and I said on the overlap thing, we needed that moment.
Yes.
The injury time winner, we
Yes.
needed it. It was a big moment. And I know we could say, oh, really would have felt better if he'd have added that in. We would have. But Grealish scoring, it was a big thing.
Part of it as well.
We needed it, and we needed the crowd. We needed the tackles. We needed the intensity. We needed their players and their manager quoting the noise and how it made them feel, and they're uncomfortable. And every Evertonian who screamed and jumped out the seat and webbed the seat in front and screamed at the referee and jumped up and done their bit to get everybody going should be patting themselves on the back and going,
let's do it again Sunday.
We've made this.
Let's do it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Against a team who are historically have the propensity to be fragile. You can get at them.
I mean, they're a team we've beat twice in 15 years ago.
I know, but when they go, they go. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's true, Baz. It's
that's what you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
The sudden softies, you bring a nap back.
Absolutely, yeah.
2 last year. Last season was great though.
Yeah,
it was, but we also done that thing at 3-0 where we started showboating and pissing about and missing sitters, and then the next minute they get a goal and and then the next they get another one and you're going, oh my God, what's happened? This should have been 6 or 7-0. And it's 3-2, and they might score it. You know, your heart in your mouth almost.
At a time when we were giving up.
Exactly. So let's not do that, James. Let's win 4-0.
If we win 3-2, I'll have it.
Yeah, I'll take it today. But 4-0 would be much nicer, wouldn't it?
And then we go above them, then, won't we?
1-0 will do. Listen, these are a good side.
A
and
win
we'll
will do.
Ultimately get better and better. This might be a really good time to play them.
That's where
they just play the European game, so it's a good time to play.
But again, you know, I suppose where I'm going is if you play positively, optimistically, I'll call it. You look at it and you go, they're a good team, good club as well. They've got a good manager.
Yeah, I've got a good one.
They've got a fair number of injuries. They've played in Europe, right? And it's a good time to catch them. So let's make the most of it.
Exactly. Yeah. These are opportunities where you look and you go, they'll bring the good crowd, Spurs. They always bring a good following with them. They'll be noisy, which is good because that helps. But there is gaps. There is an opportunity. They're not a full strength. They could be turning up with Kulusevski and Ribeiro fully fit, and Udogie and all of these players.
Suddenly,
Solanke is an option. And they're even stronger, but they're not this weekend. So you go, okay, can we seize the opportunity? We had an opportunity at City on Saturday. We passed it up. You know, Beto's had 1.5 chances, I call it. I think the first one probably looks worse than what it is, just the way it is. But the second one especially, he's got to hit he's got to score, really. But he's got to hit the target, and he doesn't. And when Spurs went to the Etihad, they took their chances.
Well, that's how I was describing it. Yeah.
They sat back.
They got battered and won 3-0
on the break.
Yeah.
Well, but he was really clever. They took the chances, sat back, sucked City on.
Did it again.
Broke again, and then defended brilliantly. Okay, they had a little bit of rubber the green away the ball broke on the day, but so what? They took the chances, so therefore.
Absolutely.
But we missed a big opportunity at the weekend to even, again, I said this yesterday, we could have been 2-0 up at half time and got beat 4-2 because City are that good. But we could have asked them more pertinent questions to Spurs. It's a City, we could have given them a bigger mountain to climb. We didn't.
Look at Villa.
We had an opportunity at Anfield.
Look at Villa getting into a bit of a run, and we'll think, we should have turned them over.
Oh, the Villa one, still. I could still get up and web that door over there. It still bugs me because they come and we're like, please don't batter us.
They had one thing in mind,
Just said, please don't batter us. We'll even take it 2-0. Just don't batter us. They had everyone behind the ball. They had soft shite in goal, remember, and he was a top keeper again.
Yeah.
You know, instead of, where was he? And they hung on and hugged each other at the final whistle like they'd won a World Cup to get out of there with a point.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so annoying. Spurs are a good side, but there's an opportunity. Don't pass the opportunity up because we could be playing them at a very different time when they're flying with all of their players, and you are delighted to get out with a draw. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And listen, the game might play out like that because if their top players click, they're a tough opposition. But they give Leeds chances the other week. They did, and they ended up winning, which I was quite happy for Spurs to beat Leeds the other week. I won't lie. So we've just got to make sure we do our bit as a fan base, make it loud, make it hostile, make it noisy, and see if the players can react. If they play brilliantly and we play brilliantly and Spurs win, so be it. It's about performance level as well there, but it's a good opportunity.
If you can be bold enough to make sure you hit the levels on your performance, I know it's a big cliche. The result will look after itself.
Yeah.
If you lose to a better team on the day,
And they are a better team than us, let's be honest.
better players,
Got
more
better players,
Let's
yeah.
be polite to us and just say they've got more better players.
Yeah.
But
Just because better individuals doesn't
That's
necessarily
right.
mean the better team.
and they are depleted, right, and so on. And I don't want us to feel we leave something on the table and go, say we draw, and you go,
That was a chance, yeah.
Villa, Villa have won since they drew us, whatever, 3 on the bounce they've won, and they're above us, and you're thinking they should be below us because we beat them, type of thing. And let's not do that again.
West Ham's a horrible one as well. They're terrible.
Awful.
They are terrible. How they got out that night. But
We
that
had
game...
a guy who got one chance and took it.
Via Michael Keane. The game should have been dead at half time. We missed chances that night.
Of
but
course.
That's footy, isn't it? We've got to just do our bit.
Maybe we've accumulated those missed chances and they're all going to be taken at the weekend.
Who knows? You never know. Steve says, why are we still allowing players to get to a year left on their contract? Should be getting sorted at the 2-year mark. Either give them a new contract or sell them at that point. I agree. For me personally, I agree, Steve.
2 years out.
Yeah. You sell. You're not going to sign. You always talk about being bold in your decision making. Well, that's when it's at that point where you go, we leave it a year, we're losing a few million on him because he's got a year left. How well is he doing? If you're unsure...
But in a world where the typical contract length might be 3 years.
It's not though, is it? There's not though.
So Mikalenko signs a new contract between now and the summer, right? How long do you expect it to be?
4.
You reckon?
All of them are 4.
Okay.
I mean, Pickford's is 4 and he's 31.
Yeah, but different player, different position.
Well, name me one apart from Alcaraz that has been, and you can't say it's this because he's 37.
But 4's the new 5.
Yeah. Every contract Everton sign will be generally 4-year contract, I think. If they're at that age. Mikalenko's 25, is he, or 26? So 4 years take him to 30. I think that's probably a standard.
Okay, so you go...
But me personally, I am with Steve. I'd say 2 years is the thing. How good is he? Is he integral? If he's integral, we want to really start speaking to him now. It takes 6 months. You get to 18 months left on a deal. He gets a brand new contract.
Oh, but wait.
But now we're on, he's like you said, he's eight months out, isn't
Yeah, so, sorry, beg your pardon. If you start the conversation 2 years out, right, which means for us that would have been when it was 26, so 24, so last summer, not this summer just gone, the year before. And if he shows no inclination to want a new contract...
No, it's fine, but you're doing it, aren't you?
At that point, you go, we could be in a situation.
Yeah.
And that's when you start doing the negotiating things. Where, you know what, mate, if you don't sign a contract before the end of this year, then we're going to make it known you're available in January.
Yeah. No, well, that's what you do.
I think we'll have January and then the summer, and then January again. And if you're still here, you'll have run your contract down.
And you won't be playing.
But you won't. That's the point. You won't be playing because we're assuming you're not going to be here. We're going to go get the replacement. We're going to play the replacement. Guess what? We are. But who knows whether Arsenal's supposed to be that? We are actually going to let him go because Mikalenko, because he doesn't want, and he wants to run his contract down. So you're trying to get Arsenal into a space where he's competitive for a start, and you've got to get somebody. And because the youth, you could go and get an experienced left back, couldn't you?
Of course, yeah.
Someone who might want to have his last hurrah, last major contract, if you like, in the Premier League.
Jordi Alba.
Yeah, whoever, right? And maybe
Jordi Alba's retired,
maybe,
by the way.
but maybe they know. Maybe those decisions are made.
I just think it looks a bit... See, this is why I think he's 100% going to sign anyway.
Well, that's the flip of it. They're not worried because it's sorted.
I think it's 100% going to, because I just don't believe they'd allow it to get to 8 months out and he's walking out when he's an international footballer.
I agree.
25, 26, when we were making sure we tied everyone else down. I think if there was any opportunity, personally, I might be miles off base here, but if there was any opportunity Mikalenko wasn't going to stay,
we'd have sorted it.
I think Everton would have sold him in the summer.
Yeah,
He had opportunities. Napoli come in for him, someone else come in for him.
And that's why I said he's next down the pipe, isn't he?
Yeah.
On those securing the players you want, he's next down the pipe.
So, but I agree, though, we cannot get into a situation where we start going, John's only got a year left on a deal and it's running into the season. Because if it's me, and we're coming to the end of the season, I start saying, right, I'm giving you 3 weeks to decide whether you want to stay. This is in May. And you'll sign the contract.
Yeah.
If you don't, it's getting circulated everywhere. You're for sale this summer. As far as I'm concerned, you won't be in the squad. You're for sale. If you stay for the year, which you're entitled to because you've signed the deal, you become 4th or 5th choice.
Yes.
As and when. If we're needed because we're short, you'll get called
That's
up.
a process.
Otherwise, you don't play. And start being brutal.
That's
and
a
get
process.
these lads out the club.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a process. And if you start following that process, and we've talked about it in the past, haven't we? You don't necessarily, per se, have to carry out those threats.
No.
They just have to believe that you
That
would.
you can't, yeah.
Imagine Mikalenko, if you'd done that with Mikalenko in the sense of he's running his contract down, and you go, you know what, mate, come January, you're only going to get a game when there's no one else. Oh, are you in the World Cup?
Well, you better hope that they value you then, because you won't be playing. You'll be playing in the Virtue Trophy, or we won't, because
we haven't said it for a while. That's planning the dive.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I think,
and it's not emotional. You just do it.
You're doing it, yeah. And I think Everton are probably going around that loop anyway.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Steve P says, Baz, I feel like we'll sign Wanlu in January. It just feels like we're genuinely interested in him and attract him, similar to how it was with Roll. It makes sense. Add Patterson into the deal before we end up losing him for nothing. Yeah, it would. It would stay, and that might be a deal that gets done. The lad wants out of there. They were prepared to let him go. He's not perfect, but he's better than what we've got. He's a good age as well. He's only young himself, isn't he? And Patterson gets to move to there, and they can have a look at it and do whatever with Patterson. Paul Williams says, so at home you'd play Dewsbury all at left back, Garner right back to help them a bit more offensive. Also, or would you play, sorry. It also helps Alcaraz in the team to drive in midfield. Just a thought. Also, Royal gets in. Dewsbury all at left. Well, he can play there. He's played left wing back, hasn't he? Don't know, because that might be moving too many parts if you're putting them back in midfield when you go away. But Garner at right back, I'd consider. Definitely, especially if Roll can do the job, and the manager seems to really like him. Got him back on the pitch on Saturday. First goal, didn't he?
He's a player who looks like he's settled.
Well, he looks like he can compete, can't he?
That's
big lad, he's
a
a runner, he can get up and down. Mobile, so, and the manager really seems to like him, so good, that's good. Dan W says, what do our scouts do all day? Seems like a dream job.
Let's not go there.
No idea. They're obviously doing something.
They go and watch matches,
yeah. Yeah. Michael says, I'd love to know how the science behind those noise levels in the new ground. I've had ringing ears a few times now. It's been designed brilliant. I mean, you have to say that. That bit they've got spot on, the noise bit. It's the highest ever recorded Premier League thing, isn't it? And the 5th of all time. So we can get louder than that as well.
Yeah, the sleep out was brilliant for it, because we had the photo shoot thing, and the photographer said, shout up the Toffees. We did, and everyone went quiet because they thought there was a noise over there. And it was us going
just reverberating, yeah.
And it was a bloody crystal clear example of what Meese talked about for all them years, about the roof and all this sort of stuff.
The acoustics.
It literally is an echo, right? And it when the ground's full, it's like I suppose it's like a Mexican wave. You know, the south stand starts going down the west stand, but the west stand are making a noise as well. And you know,
it just goes. Yeah.
So,
Emma says, went to club shop cafe this morning with Danny. The retro tops were a tenner off. Bought 2. Still tried to charge me full price. Went to cafe. 1 coffee machine in the whole gaff, and about 30 people waiting for a coffee. It was mayhem. Also £17 for 2 tiny coffees and 2 donuts.
That's the donuts, though, isn't it?
Do you feel
Who's that? Sorry,
Emma. I do feel like we missed. We
did
do
you pay
miss
for
the
them?
mark.
Yeah, you're part of the problem. You're buying them, but
we do miss the mark, though. I think
it's and that's a good example of why part of that missing the mark is because if people are talking about it consistently as being a bit of an issue, then it's an issue, isn't it?
I know, like, listen, if you go into Costa, like £3.50, £4 a coffee. So if you got 2 coffees in Costa, you've got the £8. I haven't got one, but I love Bakewell tart, little Bakewell tarts. And I was in the queue the other day and I was just getting the drink after the kids' footy the other day. We were just getting the drink. I was just looking. And he was £3 and he was that big. And I was like, I love Bakewell tarts.
Mr. Kipling's.
I'm like Kipling's for £2 for 6.
Yeah, exactly.
But this was like £3 and I was going, it looks nice, but I just wouldn't pay £3 for it. But if I'd have got 2 coffees and 2 of them, there's £14. So Everton, it's probably not that dissimilar to that kind of thing. But I do believe when you've got people there, just don't be prohibitive with the price. Make people want to go in. I think if it was like £3 for a coffee, I think most people pay it, no problem. And they don't cost £3 to make. Not a chance, do they? So, but listen, Emma, I don't know.
So if you open up a cafe, right, in Hill Dickinson Stadium, and you've got to have some staff, and you've got to have the lights on and all that sort of stuff, and you think, to make this worth our while, we have to sell 100 cups of coffee. And you price them at £5 each. We'll just pick a silly number. And every day, you sell 100 coffees at £5 each. You want them to make it £3.
Again, I have a thing, John, of like...
No, sorry, I'm not disagreeing with what you say about value and
we'll
stuff.
make it £4 then. If everything else is £4 all over the gaff, why are we 5? And it's a coffee machine.
Yeah, this is how market forces work.
Oh, no,
right?
but I'm
if
just
you
saying.
price something at £5
I'm just saying.
and you sell out, why would you change your price to £4?
No, you wouldn't.
And therefore, don't buy it if you think the price is mad.
Well, people have got, whatever, captive audience, isn't
It
it?
is.
Steve Peace says, Baz, Leeds or the Barcodes right now, matter of life or death, who you're picking, you've got to get rid of one for good.
So your face then, your body was saying both.
Newcastle. Because I think Newcastle will be a bigger threat than Leeds over time.
Yeah. So they just disappear, do they?
They just go.
Boop, gone.
Who are you doing? Leeds? Or
Newcastle.
Newcastle. James?
Yeah, Newcastle just finally gone.
Just for Anthony.
He's very personal. Yeah, personalised it. So if they transferred
Done
him,
well though, hasn't he?
so
Anthony
if Gordon didn't play for them, you'd pick Leeds to be disappeared.
Fair play. That's fair play.
Fair dues. Fair dues.
It was just, it wasn't us coming up with it, was it?
No, it's fair dues. 2-1 Newcastle. Yeah.
We were asked the
What
question.
does the person asking the question think?
I don't know.
You have to tell us. You can't sit on the
So
fence.
before we go, it's a. That wasn't our question. Someone's asked us the question. We wouldn't have brought a subject like that up. All clubs can do what they want. It's both, wasn't the answer?
City or United, Baz?
To disappear forever, United.
Ditto.
If I had to. No,
Playing red, don't we?
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Benfica or Sporting Lisbon?
The which?
Benfica or Sporting Lisbon?
No interest.
Benfica, they playing red as well.
Oh, you just get rid of everyone in red. Fair play.
Oh, there's a Sheffield one, but we better not do that because it's a bit insensitive.
Fair play. Fair play. Is the one of them could just go anyway, couldn't it?
About to, probably, yeah. Shame.
I was just seeing if I'm not seeing if there's any.
What, you missed something?
Yeah, just standing out. I want to see if Emma said whether she bought them or not for 17 quid.
It's a lot of money, that.
But that, what my point was, it is a lot of money, and just try to keep it. You've got to make money. You've got to justify your costs, of course. You have, but it's probably still not too dissimilar to what stuff is now. The cost of everything's just crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, when you look at it, it's everything costs crazy money now. When you look at it, doesn't it?
And there's clearly profiteering going on out there because the mere fact that we're agreeing that everything's gone up means someone else thinks, I can put mine up because
everyone nudges it, don't they? I get it, and again, I'm the one saying try to make more money for the football club, of course. I'm aware of that. See, I was a bit, and this is probably a halfway house to it. But when we went in the shop, when we were down there filming, and upstairs there was a big space, I was thinking, why not have it the way Dortmund's was? Which Dortmund's was like a counter
with a little.
It could be this big,
Yeah,
really. Have your coffee machine and have a few Danishes in it.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
go, you know,
The sofas
whatever.
are there, aren't
You
they?
can go to, I'm not being funny, go to fucking Costco and buy bloody a tray of Danishes and put an extra £1 or £2 on them
Yeah.
for cost. But then that's within the shop.
Yeah.
Throw a few things. And then people are in the shop. Oh, should we have a coffee while we're here? Go upstairs. And now I know Everton have done it differently. Everton have opened like a lounge, the back of a lounge, haven't they, the cafe thing. So fair play, they've done it differently. And therefore you end up with the bigger space. You've got to have more staff, whatever. But mine was sort of a halfway version of that. Because I really thought the cafe when we were in Dortmund in the shop was brilliant.
Upstairs, yeah.
And I thought it was enough.
It was.
I thought it was enough. It didn't need to be massively
See, the
bigger.
cafe at Hill Dickinson is really the holding area, isn't it, for the start of the tour?
I don't know.
Yeah, because
I know
that's where the
done
tour starts, which I did this week, wasn't it, with Don Jones, and it was brill. Really enjoyed it.
Was it, yeah?
Yeah.
Good, yeah.
You know, the guide, Alan, I think his name was really good.
Brilliant.
And you get to see stuff you won't see unless you do the tour, and it's well worth it. But I think you meet in that cafe thing. So, one might argue the area itself is being opened for people who are paying £26 for a tour. So I don't know. Maybe all that money goes to Everton, presumably. So if they then say to the F&B service provider, "Can you open the cafe?" and they have 5 members of staff before you know it.
Of course. No, that's what I'm saying. That's why when I looked at when we were in Dortmund, if my memory serves me right, there was only one person
That's what I mean.
on the counter anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, one's not enough if you've got a rush, you know, so you might have to have 2. But I just thought that was a way of, without too much expense, really. Your other thing, I don't know whether Everton would have done this, but the other thing, of course, is what they have in, like, co-op and stuff, you know, like the Costa machine, and you can get, like, a coffee and a hot chocolate or whatever it is.
Why not?
And you're getting this, and you could sit down and stuff.
Why
but
not?
I think it would have been nice, a nice little counter, little coffee thing, and because you've got to think of, you want it to be a tourist attraction, so you want it to be open every day. We want the idea is boats, you know, ships come in and people go on tours and this, that, and the other. I understand it's difficult, isn't it? It's difficult to go, well, we're going to open this big cafe and then tomorrow 3 people come in.
Yes.
And you have 3 in today, you know, and then you have 3, 5, 4, 6, 3, 4, and then over a few weeks you go, this is worth opening. So we just have the little one upstairs. So you have the little one, then the next one you got a queue 40 people. So it'd be difficult, I guess, to really balance that, and you'll only know that over time. But
there's another soundbite, you know, it's not what you do, it's the way that you do it. I mean, literally, if you are charging people £26 to go on the tour, right, why not charge them £30? It includes a hot drink and a pastry. And that covers your base costs, because everything's about sort out your base costs. The costs which are going to be incurred regardless whether you get any income or not. Having the lights on, the staff being there, or whatever. But and she's right, you know, there's a coffee machine on a counter, and you've probably got someone working it, when a different coffee machine you could work yourself, you know. Or you can go to a car showroom and help yourself to a coffee for free.
No, but I think there's...
So the best is somewhere in between.
There's definitely a mechanism the club should be making money from it, but I just think, I just trying to sort of do both, I guess.
Sure.
Nudge the money up for Everton, make sure that's coming in, but not where you go, I'm paying that.
Yeah.
You know, but I guess if you're on a tour or whatever, fair play. Fair play. Emma did. They got the donuts and they tried them, and I'm guessing she liked them. She had them on a sugar rush now, so fair play. You've had your donuts. There you go. There you go.
Excellent.
Right, I'll just do one more refresh here. Make sure you check out the match preview. It's out at 4:30 today. Me and Ped have done that one.
Excellent.
Stuff over the weekend. John's Room 101 will be out over the weekend as well. Check that out. And there you go. Brien says the art of selling is making people feel good about handing over their cash. The feel-good factor of consuming encourages further purchases. Difficult, no? There you go. Mike Raff says, Tony Please is more of a hit than the missus we have. Oh, Tony Please, more of a hit than the missus. Okay. Just because you didn't put the E in his name, you see. Mark says you can apply to be a casual scout at Everton. It's on the jobs website. You don't need much experience. There you go.
So it allows you to say, I'm a scout for Everton.
Yeah, and Steve P says, I hate how good Gordon's become. The worst is I'm jealous of how good they become as a team because they've managed to do what we failed miserably to do. I don't really care about clubs, so I just can't bear them. Leeds are horrible as well, though, to be fair. More delusional than anything. Gordon's done well, but when Anthony Gordon left, he wasn't the player he is now. He's doing nothing for Everton. And therefore, they did sort of at the time overpay, but they paid for potential. And he's gone into an attacking team with other good players. And therefore, because they are so offensive, he's developed over time because they're an offensive team. And he's got direct pace, got not very little skill, but he's direct pace and he's a good runner. And he's a good finisher now, to be fair. He gets on the end of things. So fair play to him.
Plays for a team lower down in the division than us.
He does play for a team
and they've scored less goals than we have.
Yeah, but he is a good player and he'd be really good in Everton's team now.
He would.
But he's fair play to him. He's gone and worked on his game, but he's gone into a team that has been upwardly mobile. They bought well. They got on a crest of a wave. They bought well. They were brave. They paid the money for Isak when others sort of were like and ahhing about it. And they, over time, that offensive nature of them with good players has made Anthony Gordon a better footballer.
True.
And they've gone and done it again this window, haven't they, with Walter made? Now, whether or not he becomes as good as Isak, we don't know, but he's doing well at the minute.
Well, hasn't he?
But they've gone and paid the money again. They haven't gone, no, we're not. So fair play to them, and that's maybe where Everton have got to start going. He's a good player, let's buy him. Not sure. But then spend the money on players who aren't going to be good enough, and maybe that's where we've lost it. We've bought players who we knew, even for small amounts of money. Everyone knew Neil Maupay wasn't the answer when Everton got him. We hoped that he might be able to get some goals, but Brighton would have been the top 3 or 4 based on XG, and he was their striker. But they weren't. They were way down the league because he was their striker. And we still turned Garassi down, who fitted our profile, to go and get Maupay. And he's just a microcosm of the bad decision making we've made over the years.
That was a symptom of bad decision making, wasn't it?
So that was then, and this is now.
Yeah.
So let's just get better at what we do. Right, big thanks to John.
Fantastic.
Have a fantastic weekend. Up the Toffees. Let's get the 3 points. See you all later. Bye.